Good morning and welcome back. Um, so we've been able to accomplish so far setting up the multiplayer game using Photon Pun, and we've got a character that comes in. You can change rooms in Photon while changing scenes in Unity. This allows me to be able to um, have more scenes while having players who are still able to leave a room and still meet back up with the people that are in their party. We also started looking at some of the ideas for how we're going to get into a battle. And we have the link system going between our characters. And this is because in the game we have a system where when characters are linked in a battle, they can share their skills when their action time bars are filled up at the same time. This is very reminiscent to um, not Dragon Quest, to Chrono Trigger, with a little bit more additions. If you get into a battle, I still wasn't sure how I was going to work out being in at the same time. I need to just change some settings on my Stream Deck. Hold on 1 second. Sorry about that. Okay, good. So, right. So I was wondering if everyone had to be linked, or if the links would work as a daisy chain. And I kind of came up with the fact that if someone's not linked to the person who starts the fight, then that person, even though they can enter the battle, would be coming in under penalties. And one of the major penalties is that if he's not linked to that first person, they will not be able to link any of their skills together. Today, though, I'm still working on how the whole battle system's going to work, so I'm not going to be working on that today. I was going to focus on another piece that is quite important to an RPG. So I talked about the story and the combat. The other thing I want to deal with, I also briefly talked about communications because I'm going to have problems with the voice chat on the Photon Pun, the Photon voice chat forum. Someone had said, one of the admins had said something about how the voice chat didn't need to be linked to a Photon room. It could be linked to a Photon voice chat room, which they still haven't gotten back to me on how that works. So for now, we're still putting the voice chat on hold. But another kind of communications is dialogue. So this will be the dialogue of NPC dialogue. And I've done NPC dialogues in a few different games, and it's pretty simple to set up. But with this one being a multiplayer game, I wanted to do something a little bit different. So my idea is that you'd have your NPC, and when your player gets within a certain radius of the NPC, you would see a little speech bubble telling you that you can initiate a conversation with them. when you do that, so I have that as maybe a black background, just to be able to differentiate different settings. And then once you have initiated a conversation, you would then see on both the NPC and the player and both of these here, you see the icons for both of them, and this would be a green background. And the reason for this is that if we have someone else, another party member, walks up, they will not be able to initiate dialogue with the NPC at that point in time. It kind of adds a little bit more of a realism to it, where normally in a normal conversation, if someone's talking to someone else, it's rude to butt into their conversation. So I just won't allow them to initiate conversations. When the dialogue is finished, I've done systems where, and I'm using it on this, that obviously if you go to talk to them again, you can have NPCs who just spout the same thing over and over again, but it's more fun if at the end of that conversation, the dialogue changes to something else. So I want it to be where if the dialogue's finished with player one, if he goes back, he's going to get, so I'll have dialogue one, let's call it D1, and they say whatever it is that they have to say. And when they finish, they're going to input a new dialogue. So we'll have a dialogue 2 and also a dialogue 3. So the dialogue 2 would be if player 1, so player 1 initiated this, and it's going to store it that I'm going to switch it to player 1 being the one who gets dialogue 2 and just leave it blank for the next one, meaning all other players get dialogue 3. So player 1 will get some sort of dialogue, and if any other player goes up to them, they will get some other dialogue. So for instance, I could have the player maybe saying, I've already explained this to you, do you want me to explain it again? And if someone else goes up to that NPC, the NPC might say something like, I've explained it to your friend, do you want to ask, why don't you ask them what I said? So right now I'm just going to start with a basic dialogue, and then I'll try to make that augmentation to it to make it a little bit more interesting. So I'll figure that one out as I go along, because that's going to take me using Photon to be able to tell everyone what that dialogue is going to be. So right now, let's take a look at setting this up. So I need to be in normal scene. So let's start with the street scene. And I'm just going to create a quick NPC. Let's call this NPC. Oh, I also want to take off the annoying color change. It did its purpose at first, but I don't need it anymore. This one here. All right, and we'll just give an NPC a color. So NPC will be red. Come off in the corner. Okay, some things he'll need. He'll need a trigger. So let's just do a circle collider. I'm going to want the what should I call this? Okay, initiate chat. Nice and simple. Scripts. Let us create our NPC. Don't need any of this for now. And Flare has a flare tag, and I want to create an NPC type for this guy. Tags, add NPC. Okay. And let's just add that canvas. And now, oh wait, hold on. Oh, put that in the wrong thing. Put that on the NPC. Now we're going to hide that. So we're just going to have a simple if division type clear. Okay, so that should be a very simple part. Let's figure. All right. So I come within the radius. Very good. All right, that works. Which should allow me it should be on the player. Should I put it on the NPC? Who do I? So let's put it as put it on the NPC. If I just want to find out what button is actually fire in the axis. Come on. Okay. Audit settings. Axis. Fire. Oh, it's fire 1, not fire. And that is left control. I'm going to map all of that out at a later date. But for now, let's do left control. And it is fire 1. Fire 1. And in doing that, let's just do a debug. Debug. Hi. Hello world is too long. Let's just use hi. And play. Okay, I'm worried about this being a continuous press or if it's just a single press. Usually continuous press only happens when I'm using update. So this might happen once on the press. and let's give it a try. A, join, loading. Left control, left control, left control, left control, space, nothing, nothing happens. Okay, so, okay, right. This, okay. This is what I was worried about. Okay, so can check is true. Oh, no. I'm going to do this at the state machine, so let's do public enum. We're going to have, I'll do this, I'll add on to it later. So we'll just have normal and chatting. Our normal and chat and chatting. All right, those should work. And we'll just build that onto here. Don't need this anymore. Equals dot can chat. Replace that with this. Normal goes back to normal. All right. So in nothing happens in normal. In can chat, I am going to say that if input dot get access raw var1 that is greater than 0, then I'm going to switch chatting. So NPC state dot equals NPC state dot chatting. All right. Fill some more stuff in there. If I walk out of that, then I always go back to normal. So if I walk away, I'm going to do it so that when you get into conversation, you can't walk away from the conversation unless you continue the conversation. Although I have done it in a way where you can walk away from the conversation, and when you do, it ends the dialogue wherever it was. Some people said they like that. Some people said they didn't want to be able to walk around when in the conversation. So I'm gonna block it at some point that you can't walk away from the conversation. But for now, if you do, it switches the NPC back to normal and removes his chat icon. Okay, so this should get me into chatting. Let's give it a test. Something up with the chat. Let's do a test there. Even though there's no one here to chat, it'd still be good to see that it does work. And that seems to work. All right, good. Get back to where we were before and play. So once I get into the room, I want to select the NPC so I can see his state machine. Or they see the enum for the state machine. And oops. My name went in blank. That's all right. Okay, so NPC, I should be in can chat. When I walk away, normal, can chat, trigger, I'm in chatting. Walk away back to normal, chatting. Okay, good. All right, so that's the first part. Next part is let's actually start to build how the dialogue is going to be set up. Just do this. That's a bit better. All right, I'm going to be using scriptable objects for this. Let's just go ahead and create folder. Got NPC. Scripts. Get rid of this. Don't need starter update. And this is going to be scriptable object create menu file name equals new dialog click on the menu name. Okay. This is going to have a list of strings. And let's call it dialog text. Yeah, and at the end, so public and I'll click so change to. So when I get to the end of the dialog text that I have, it's going to change the dialog to this new to another dialog. Bravo. Okay, let's create a folder for each NPC, which will be this is Bob. My introduction is going to be and when that finishes, it will load up the next dialogue is what Bob is going to say. And the second dialogue is just going to say, I know that's going to start to piss me off, so I want to try to do this as, I think I can do this, text area 310, and I do that on a list. I think I can do it on a list. There we go. Good. Now I'll need some sort of canvas to hold my dialogue. folder. This will be folder. Dialog. Scripts, prefabs, and graphics. I have some sprites here already. So you and you going into dialog and then stuck into sprites. Um, 320 by what is it? 180? 160? Yeah. What am I working with? Oh, no, I'm going with 640 by 360. Dialog text background. Image. Oh, there it is. Right. Stick that in there. Set it to be for pixel art. So point, no filter, and compression off. 32 pixels. I don't think that'll make any difference. But the main thing I want to do is that the dialog background where did it go? I want to be able to repeat this. Or, sorry, tile it. What should do? Apply. Okay. And and there we have our dialog box. Now we need to add some text to it. Blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah. try and get at least 3 lines on there. Blah. Good. At this point, I need to have some sort of game manager because I want to store that into the game manager somewhere. But first, I'm going to well, let's just create a script first. Sharp dialog panel. Yes, it's all nice. Go away. Okay. Let's just make a prefab of it for now. And we're going to go, I believe, in here I created a game manager. There it is. And it is a prefab already. Good. Now, game manager. Add in. Game object. Just as a placeholder. Okay, so now I can access that from anywhere I need to. And let us go back to, first let's open that script. Good. And on the NPC, I want to give him a starting. No. I did this on the game manager before, so the game manager, the NPC is going to have an int, and I'm going to call it game manager index. Back to the game manager. Let's have a list of all the NPCs. So public list. We want a list of I'm gonna public list. For now, I'm just gonna do a dialog click SO, and this is going to be current dialog. So the current dialog, that NPC is going to be 0, and we're going to start him NPC Bob, and let's give him the introduction. Where was Bob? Street. Bob's index is 0. Good. So when I go into the conversation, I'm going to say, let's instantiate panel. All right, so I've just said when we get into chatting, actually I should do this. I'll do this up here. And the dialog panel is going to take in that conversation. So this will be a public dialog click SO current dialog. I can set in here dp dot current dialog. This is going to be equal to the current dialog of what's it called? Current dialog, and I need to get this NPC's, what did I call it? GM index. I think that should be it. Yeah. All right, and the dialog panel I need to link to the actual text. The serialized field, and this is Text Mesh Pro, so using TMP Mesh Pro, and this is going to be a TMP text, and we'll just call it dialog text. I don't need any of that for now. And I'm going to put in a public void start dialog. to which I will say that the dialog text can be equal to current dialog, and for now let's just grab the first one. I'm going to make it a little bit dialog dot, hold on, current dialog dot, oh right, dialog text 0. Is that good? Yes, that's good. All right, save that. So it's just going to grab that first line and display the first line. So we just want to check and see if this is actually going to work. First, I have to link it. There we go. Let's call this dialog text. And now it should work theoretically. So let's go back to our start login connection and hit play. Connecting to server, connected, and join. Loading. So if I walk into the area, console, game manager should have the introduction. Sorry, I think mouse click was fire, so that's why I clicked on the game window and it did that, which is saying blah blah blah, which is not saying the dialogue. So now dialog canvas clone. Oh, right, I know why. In the NPC, so I set the dialog there. And I'm going to do DP. And I call it start dialog. I could do it in start, but sometimes when you instantiate, it's going to do the start before I can even load in the dialog, so it's going to give an error. This way, I can manually start the dialog after I put in the dialog. Join. Clear that. So if I get close and control, hi, my name is Bob. Good. First part works. Int current clip equals to 0. So we're going to start with current clip public void advanced clip. Let's set this up. I need a button to be able to advance clip. I do have a graphic for that somewhere. Let me grab the graphic. Project. And I'll just make a button. I just find the button, UI, sprites. There you go. Put that in here. Okay. Prefabs. Create a button. Which needs no text. Let's just call this advanced. And this is what's going to take us through the dialogue. Don't need a text. Sprite on. Once again, set it up for pixel art and place it down here. Okay. I want the full canvas, dialog panel, advanced clip. Current clip plus. Thank you for suggesting that, and we display the next one. But at the beginning, let's do a check here and see, or let's do the check. Actually, don't need this. I could just call advanced clip. Current clip equals -1. That way, when we advance the clip, it's going to stick up to 0, and then it's going to load that current clip. All right, and so I want to check if the current clip has advanced, and if serialized field. I need to get the game object for the button. Advanced button. So if current clip is less than 0, current dialog dot dialog text dot count So if I have two texts in there, and the current clip is 1, which means I'm on the second one. So I need to do -1. So that'll be 2 minus 1 is 1. The current clip is 1. Okay, this should work. Advanced button dot set active not false true, and otherwise advanced button dot set active false. Display the clip. I would need though I need a way to exit the window. So maybe I leave the advance on, change it to graphic maybe. Or I could turn on another graphic. Also, I want to link this to spacebar, so I do need an update. And if input dot hit key down, hit key up, key code space. That's going to advance as well. I could do get access and do jump, which jump is space and A, I think. We'll worry about the key codes later, the key bindings later, and let's just do, if I press that, then advance clip. And I should show a close clip button. So let me just do a very quick dirty button. Close that out. Like that. And the advance should be hidden as well at the beginning. So if when I hide that, I should unhide the close button. I think I'll come back to that later. All right, so at least it should do what I want it to do for now. I just need to link these things together. So let me just make a reference in my dialog script, my dialog canvas script. So the advanced button is this. Close button is that. And let's test this. So what we'll see here is it should advance through each of the pieces. On the first dialog, I had 2 pieces, and then when we get to the second one, the close button will show up. AA join. Move over here. So hello, my name is Bob. And the close button showed up. And now I just need to wire the close button to close off the dialog. And when I close off the dialog, I'm going to change my initial clip. So I think I need to copy this. Not with these, not with those. I also need to do a public void close dialog. So if I'm at the end, if I'm still good, then I want to be using advanced clip when I hit the spacebar. Otherwise, I want to use close dialog when I hit the spacebar. And all this is going to do is it's going to take just going to destroy the dialog. Oh, wait, yes, I have to first, okay, destroy game object. But before I do that, gm.gm. I need to pass something else in here. This is going to be public along with this. Public npc gm index. Sorry, that's an int. In the npc, when we set that up, I want to say dp.npc gm index is equal to gm index. Yes. All right. That way I can access the script in the game manager. So that dot what do we call it again? Current dialog, and this is going to be using the npc gm index. It's going to be equal to, and I want to get the current dialog dot change to. Which might give me an error, so let me just do a check first. If current dialog dot change to not equal to no. Okay. taking very long.